Hello guys, at muling nagbabalik ang inyong Engineer Benong, ang inyong Engineer Batanggenyo. At ang ating i-discuss para ngayon ay ang dB operations. Okay, bukod na video po ang noise. Okay, paano ba kapag sinabi nating decibel? Sabi dito, a decibel is a means of expressing change in power level. So kapag may nakita kang decibel, may ini-indicate yun na change sa power. Tsaka tandaan nyo ha, sinabi ditong power level, hindi voltage level, hindi current level. Isa pa dito, comparison of two powers and does not express a fixed value unless it refers to dB above or below some specific reference point. Ano ba yung kahalagahan ng decibel? Meron kasi mga values guys na sobrang lalaki. For example, 1,000 kilowatts. So, instead na isulat siya ng 1,000 kilowatts, ini-express siya into dB. Meron ding values na sobrang liliit like 1.67 times 10 raised to negative 17 watts, and instead na isulat siya in that manner, ang ginagawa is sinusulat siya in terms of decibels. Okay? Meron po tayong mga decibels na positive, merong 0 dB, at merong negative. Kapag ang inyong decibel ay positive, it only means that there is a gain and therefore, ang inyong system ay amplifier. Ibig sabihin, lumaki yung power nyo. Kapag 0 dB naman, ibig sabihin, wala pong nangyari and it only means there is no change, therefore, ang dinaanan ng inyong signal ay isa lang buffer. At kapag naman ang value ng inyong dB ay negative, it only means nagkaroon ng reduction sa power level, at kapag ganyan, dumaan po ang inyong system sa tinatawag nating attenuator. So, aside from the terminology reduction, pwede mo din siyang tawagin na attenuation. Okay? So, ito po yung tatlong way para ma-determine mo kung ano yung system mo. Kung siya ba ay isang amplifier, kung siya ba ay isang buffer, o kung siya ba ay isang attenuator. For example, kung meron kang 10 log of 2, that is 3 dB. Kung ikaw naman ay may 10 log of 1, meron kang 0 dB. Kung meron ka namang 10 log ng 1/2, meron kang negative 3 dB. So basically, 10 log of 2, 2 is positive, ibig sabihin nagkaroon ka ng gain, kaya positive yung dB mo. 10 log of 1, ibig sabihin wala ka naging change kasi 1 lang yan, kaya 0 dB lang yan. 10 log of 1/2, ibig sabihin naging kalahati yung power mo, kaya negative po yan. So, that is the basic idea about decibels. And na-introduce ko na din, pag decibel guys, for example, power gain, that is 10 log of PO over PN. Okay? Kung natatandaan nyo dito, sinabi dito, below some specific reference point. At this time, ang ating reference point ay yung PN. Okay? Later on, madadaanan natin na hindi all the time ay yung input power natin ang magiging reference natin. Kasi meron tayong mga reference na 1 milliwatt, 1 watt, 1 femtowatt, and so on. Okay? Most commonly lang, PIN yung ginagamit natin as reference. Okay? Ang isa pa, kapag may nakita kayong ratio, let's say A is equal to 50, sinasabi dyan, hanapin mo yung value niyan in dB. Unang-una, malilito ka, anong gagamitin mo? 10 log ba? Or 20 log ba? Okay? Para hindi malito, balikan mo kung ano ang definition ng decibel. Sabi sa decibel, it is a means of expressing change in power level. So, unless specified na siya ay V or I, or voltage gain or current gain, dun mo lang gawin na 20 log. Pero kapag walang sinabi, ang gagawin mo ay 10 log. Why? Because decibel is a means of expressing change in power level. Ibig sabihin, ang default natin na makikitang ratio ay power ratio. Okay? Ano bang ibig sabihin ng power ratio? Pag sinabi nating power ratio, that is just simply the power gain, which is equal to the output power over the input power. And if you want to get the decibel of that power ratio or power gain, so AP in dB is simply 10 log of PO over Pin. Okay? Kapag hindi mo yan nalagyan ng 10, hindi po decibel yan. Okay? Tandaan nyo, decibel, deci is a prefix which means 10. Kaya po, meron dong 10. Kapag hindi mo nalagyan ng 10, yun ay bell lang. So, decibel is 10 times of a bell. Okay? So, bakit naman tayo may formula na 20 log? Okay? So, di ba? Power gain is 10 log of PO over Pin. Do not forget the formula for power, which is V squared over R. Okay? And if we're going to change P in terms of V and R, what we will have is 10 log of VO squared over RO all over VI squared over RI. And taking into consideration a maximum power transfer theorem, meaning RI is equal to RO, therefore, pwede ko nang i-cancel to, at ang meron na lang tayo ay 10, nawala dito yung 10, ang meron na lang dito ay 10 log of VO squared over Vin squared. Or simply, 10 log of VO over Vin squared. By properties of logarithm, itong 2 na to ay bababa doon at mamumultiply sa 10. So, ang magkakaroon na tayo ngayon ay 20 log ng VO over Vin. And it is no longer power gain in dB. Now, it is voltage gain in dB. Okay? So, ganun lang pong kasimple. And same thing, ganun din po ang ginawa, kaya ang ating current ratio ay 20 log din. So, ano po ba yung nangyari? Diba? Again, power gain is 10 log of PO over Pin. Taking into consideration that power is equal to I squared R. So, pwedeng palitan ko yung P in terms of I squared R. So, meron ako ngayong 10 log ng I squared O, RO, at I in squared RI. Again, by maximum power transfer theorem, RI is equal to RO. Therefore, pwede ko nang i-cancel to. At ang meron na lang ako, kapag sinimplify ko yan, ay 10 log ng IO over IN squared. And again, by properties of logarithm, this two will be multiplied to this. So what will happen is that we have now 20 log of IO over IN. And this is no longer power gain in dB. This is already current gain in dB. Okay. So that is the reason kung bakit tayo may 20 log at may 10 log. Again, kapag hindi sinabi kung ano yung ratio na yun, matik dapat na 10 log yung gagawin nyo. Kasi by definition, decibel is a means of expressing change in power level. Tandaan, power level. Okay? Sinabi din sa second definition na ang decibel ay pwede mong i-express in terms of a reference point. Okay? Recall that power gain is equal to 10 log. Power gain in dB is 10 log of PO over Pin. I've told you before that this Pin is the reference point. But not all the time, the reference point is your Pin. For example, guys, meron akong output power na 50 watts. Okay? Pwedeng ang gawin ko, 10 log ng 50 watts all over 1 milliwatts. So, pag tinype ko yun sa calculator, that is 10 log of 50 watts all over 1 times 10 raised to negative 3 watts. Kasi milli, kaya 10 times 10 raised to negative 3. So, pag pinindot ko yan sa calculator, that is equal to 46.99 dB. Pero hindi pa tayo tapos. Since ang ating reference point ay milliwatt, therefore, this is not just dB. Yan ay dB na may unit na. Anong unit niyan? M. It only means that this value is reference to 1 milliwatt. So, this is your power gain in dBm. Okay, ang pinakamadalas na gawin na reference point ay milliwatts. Still, meron po tayong mga values na dBW, it means 1 watt. So, dBm, 1 milliwatt. dBmu, 1 microwatt. dBn, nanowatt. dBp, picowatt. dBf, femtowatts. Okay, so yan po yung mga posible nating reference point. Pwede din yung 1 kilowatt. dBk naman yung magiging unit mo. Okay? Ang nagkakaroon tayo ngayon ng problema ay pwede bang mag-add ang 2 decibel, pwede bang mag-add ang 2 dBm, and so on. Kaya ang video na ito ay i-discuss kung paano ba yun nangyayari kapag nag-a-add ka ng dB to dB, dBm to dBm, dB to dBm. Okay? So, look at this illustration. If you have dB1 plus dB2, dB total, or simply dB lang yun. If you have dB and dBm, the answer is dBm. If you have dB plus dBu, meron kang dBu. If you have dB plus dBk, you have dBk. So, valid yung operations na yun. Pero bakit? Kapag meron kang dBm plus dBm, invalid yung operation mo. So, it all lies in the principles on logarithms. So, for example, guys, I have 5 dB and nag-add ako ng 3 dB. Ang sagot lang dyan ay 8 dB. Okay? Pag ako ay merong 5 dB plus 3 dBm, ang sagot dyan ay 8 dBm. And so, pag meron akong 5 dB plus 3 dB mu or 3 dBu, meron akong 8 dB mu. So, basically, sinusundan ng dB yung unit ng dB na yung unit na may dBm or may reference point. Okay? So, for example, guys, meron akong 10 log of A times B. Okay? Diba? This will become 10 log of A plus log of B. Or simply, 10 log A plus 10 log B. At pwede kong sabihin na ang 10 log A ay A in dB at ang 10 log B ay B in dB. Okay? At the same time, let's say I have 10 log of A over B. Diba this is equal to 10 log of A minus log of B. Or simply, 10 log A minus 10 log B. At pwede ko ding sabihin that this is equal to A in dB minus B in dB. So, yun ang mga equivalent natin. And try to understand this logic. Ibig sabihin pala, pag meron akong dB na nakitang pinag-a-add, para pala akong may dalawang numerical value, A and B, na pinagmumultiply. So, ang ginagawa ko kasi, itinitreat ko ang dB na parang unitless. Pag mga dBm, dBmu, dBk, itinitreat ko yung mga reference point na unit. Okay, here's the thing. Pag may nakita akong dalawang dB na pinag-a-add, for example, 5 dB and 8 dB. Okay? Ang ginagawa ko dyan, pinag-a-add ko yung numerical values, so that's 13, and sabi ko nga sa inyo, itinitreat ko yung dB lang, na unitless. So, unitless, di ba? Sabi ko, pag may pinag-a-add, para kang may dalawang values na pinagmumultiply. So, dB, so unitless times dB, or unitless din, ang sagot dun ay unitless din, kaya nagiging dB. Okay? Ito naman. For example, meron akong 10 dB plus 3 dBm. Anong turo ko? I-add mo yung numerical values. So, 10 plus 13 is 13. 10 plus 3 is 13. And then, tingnan mo ngayon yung unit mo. So, this is unitless, dB. Meron naman tong unit, dBm. So, unitless times dBm, anong sagot? dBm. Isa pa. Meron akong 5 dBm, 5 dB mu plus 3 dB. Okay? Again, i-add mo yung numerical values niya, which is 5 plus 3 is 8. And then, dB mu, yan, dB mu times unitless, diba? dB mu. Paanong magiging sagot doon? So, parang itinitreat ko siya as meter times meter, meter times unitless. Ganun yung ginagawa kong logic. Okay? So, let us have more examples. 1 dBm plus 1 dBm. Again, i-add mo yung numerical values, which is 2. Pero tingnan nyo to ngayon. dBm times dBm. Wala naman tayong unit na dBm squared. Kaya, ang nangyayari po ay nagiging invalid ang ganyang operation. So, anong gagawin mo para masolve mo ang 1 dBm plus 1 dBm? Ibabalik mo siya into its original power or power ratio. Aalsin mo yung reference niya. Ilalagay mo lang siya sa dB at yung dalawang dB values yung pag-a-adding mo. Okay? Isa pa guys. 1 dBk plus 2 dB mu. So, 1 plus 2 is 3. Anong unit natin? dPd. Hindi pwede. Okay? Bakit dBk? Tapos dB mu. Wala namang dBq mu. Okay? That's the reason, pag may dalawa kang dB values na may reference value, hindi mo siya pwedeng pag-addin kasi ganito yung nangyayari. Okay? Kaya ipinakita ko dito sa inyo na pag meron kang dalawang numerical values na pinagta-times, para kang may dalawang dB values na pinag-a-add. Okay? Paano naman yung magiging interpretation mo kapag meron kang dalawang dB values na pinagma-minus? So, for example, guys, meron akong 5 dBm minus 3 dB. So, again, galawin mo muna yung numerical values niya. Meron kang 5 minus 3, which is 2. Paano yung magiging unit mo? dBm ba or dB? Tandaan nyo, pag meron akong pinagma-minus na dB values, anong ginagawa natin? Para kang may dalawang numero na pinag-divide. 10 log A over B. So basically, meron akong dBm over dB, which is, sabi ko sa inyo, i-treat nyo as unitless. So dBm divided by unitless is dBm. Okay? Pero ibang usapan kapag ang ginawa nyo ay 3 dB minus 5 dBm. Okay? Kapag ganyan yung given, huwag nyo i-manipulate na negative 5 dBm plus 3 dB. Huwag nyo i-manipulate na ganyan. Hayaan nyo ganito at i-run nyo yung principle ng logarithms. So, 3 minus 5, that is negative 2. But this time, meron kang dalawang values na pinag-divide. You have dB over dBm. So, you treat this as unitless again. And ito may unit. Wala naman tayong unit na dBm inverse. Okay? So, this one is invalid. So, ang gagawin nyo dyan, guys, again, ibabalik nyo sa original na dB value or sa unitless natin. So, para bang ito yung pinaka-reference natin. So, ganyan nagdaran ang principle ng dB operations. Okay? Aside from dB, aside from decibels, may express din natin ang ating signal power or signal ratio or power ratio or kung ano mang ratio yan in terms of Neper. Okay? Ang decibel kasi, yan ay isang Briggshian logarithm. Ibig sabihin ng Briggshian logarithm, ang base niyan ay 10. Ang Neper naman kasi guys, hindi yan base 10. Ang Neper ay isang Neperian logarithm. Pa-check na lang kung tama yung spelling ko. At kapag Neperian logarithm, yan ay ang base ay ang Euler's number na E. Okay? So, yun yung Euler's number. Na minsan, ang basa natin ay Euler's number. And, meron po yan na conversion. Okay? So, ano yung conversion natin? We use this ratio. 1 Neper is equal to 20 ln of 10. Or simply, approximately, this is equal to 8.6859 dB. This is dB ha. Okay. Pero napakabihira naman na napapabigay ito. So again, let's make a review. When we say decibel, that indicates a change in power level. Nothing more, nothing less. Unless the ratio that has been stated in a problem is defined as a voltage ratio or a current ratio. So, that's all for today. Again, I am Engineer Benong, ang inyong engineer batang inyo. By the way, shoutout nga pala muna sa mga ECE na third year ng University of Batangas na patuloy na nanonood dito sa YouTube channel. So, keep watching and be engineer soon. Yun lamang guys. Bye-bye. Thank you.